distinguished guests, distinguished Konstantin, Yulia. First of all, I would like to watch the video about the creation of the center, and some of you have seen it many times, but we shall share our experience, technologies of management, analysis, decision-making, in general creation of such a complex for efficient management in the modern solutions. We will show you the videos in order to demonstrate how we act. And I will comment on that. We build a center of management of region, where will be the most powerful flow of information, processing of this data. This is advanced renovation, digitalization of our republic. These facilities are not just for building them, but they are very necessary when we build them. Please remember that it's very sensitive and it demonstrates what the residents worry about, what they're concerned about. This diagram demonstrates that. It's a very important function of you. You unite the residents of Russia, which is necessary for Russia's development. There are many people who work in the center of management of Republic. They are not new people, they are gathered from different bodies, from different authorities. They are experienced specialists who know how to work.
Center
of Management of the Republic of Bashkortostan. It's not only the building with the square meters of more than 600 area of more than 600 square meters. It's the remote control, ministries, departments, bodies, information agencies and mass media now gathering, collection and transmission of information is used within the application of digital advanced tools. The building is functional from the point of view of engineering and social communication. 12 kilometers of engineering networks and the fiber optics, cables, architecture, newest advanced technologies, analysis, processing and transmission of data increase the speed of decision-making. Open spaces allow the representatives of different departments to efficiently cooperate, to form focus groups, make decisions and improve the results in every area. Here, there are delegated employees of key ministries and bodies, presidents of the Center, Ministry of Investment Policy, Ministry of Healthcare, Ministry of Housing and Utilities, Natural Resources Management and Ecology, Transport and Road Facilities, Family, Labor and Social Protection of Population, EMERCOM, Ministry of Digital Development, Cooperation, Development of the Republic, and Center of Strategic Developments of the Republic of Bashkortostan. The heart of the center is the Situation Center, which is a very powerful, aimed at working of 250 employees at the same time. All the networks provide the seamless connection to all these systems, which provides to collect information, analysis, and its processing using the high-speed internet communication, which allows to organize and hold video conferences of any difficulty. Bashn and Press Center holds briefings and press conferences. Also, the Center of Management of the Republic has protected line of communication with Kremlin. All the flows are unified in the platform of the Republic developed by the regional specialists. The platform is capable of automatically analyze, visualize, and process information and form reports for meetings. And of course, the Center of the Management of the Republic is the super advanced platform for holding meetings, conferences of any scale, a unique screen in the big hall within the online live streaming all the processes which are taking place on the territory of the Republic of Bashkortostan, unified platform, unified space of ministries and bodies, economy and manufacturing, analytics of investment process, economical and labor activity of the region in real-time mode, control and response, improving efficiency of development of the region, the Center of Management of the Republic, experience of the region's development of Bashkortostan. Thank you very much. Thank you. Continuing this topic, I would like to say that digitalization of economy and urban economy is very important issue, and we pay much attention to this sphere. Within the Business Week in Ufa, we offered to have this strategic session, which will provide an opportunity for the interested experts and our colleagues to discuss development of this area in the Republic of Bashkortostan and in Russia in general. Undoubtedly, in modern conditions, it's impossible to speak only about local digital solutions. It's very important to proceed with the concept of the smart region, which we develop our approach, and we would like to share our experience to particular points. We had a guided tour, and we prepare videos, and we organize all of that here in the center. Center is the key element of the smart region system, which is unique in terms of scale and components and form. Now it has half of public information systems integrated. The structural center consists of 3 blocks, which we have demonstrated. The first is responsible for processing of residence application based on incident management system feedback. The second is the road situation, floods, fires, and waste removal. And the third, the biggest module, is responsible for digitalization of economy, analytics, and strategic development.
Center of Strategic Management and Development, the Corporation of Development, it solves 3 main tasks: providing for supervision of more than 120 investment projects from idea to implementation in one window regime. It contributes to development of innovative industries, front-end technologies, and also analytical management. We have 74 analytical panels functioning on 17 different subjects or different areas. System of management of most important projects. Today we have around 150 projects integrated. Distinguished colleagues, I would like to mark that we integrate the systems in municipalities And the capital of our region, UPA, is participating in innovative project Smart City, and we arrange a number of events, monitoring of household facilities and also management of systems for traffic control. I believe that these elements are very organically adding to the capabilities of our Center of Management. Another important part we work at is digitalization of construction area. This theme has been recently discussed by us with the colleagues, and also we have representatives of facility management and Association of Constructors at the field of All-Russian Conference Construction Navigator Direction to Digitalization. This theme was very interesting, and it found reaction through all the participants of this area, and I believe that we have managed to timely deepen the processes related to digitalization of this very direction. Also, we implement the management system of life cycle for the objects of capital construction based on information modeling. I should mention that implementation of our largest infrastructural project, the Eastern Way, is done based on this kind of management system. We promoted the implementation of management system to provide for city building activity, establishment of the regional digital platform. We were one of the first to start this project, Systematic Territory, and we unite a comprehensive system of different complexes with large-scale functionalities. In our opinion, overall, the systematic approach is related not only to urban construction management. Last year, in the Republic, we launched a program of super service, digital property and digital construction, with special analytical models in the center of regional management. Management of urban facility of the Republic was successfully added to the regional management system of urban utilities. Unified information platform was established, which helps us to systematize big number of processes and thus provide the operation of the industry according to the plan, reducing as much as possible emergency situation probability. Distinguished colleagues, digital economy, urban facility, and the processes are an indispensable part of our reality. For further promotion in condition of sanction limitation, today it is important to enlarge the production of native software and hardware. I'm firmly convinced that the current discussion will make it possible to identify the correct vector of our joint development and moving forward. For that reason, I would like to suggest and offer to all the participants to be involved as much as possible, to be frank regarding what we should do, what kind of issues, proposals, or notes you would like to share with us. And being a region which is ready to be pilot in any direction, in particular on digitalization, and also the Republic Management Center tuning, we are here to improve our work. Have a good and successful day and fruitful session. Now, I would like to give the floor for moderation. Then, thank you so much. I would like to welcome all the colleagues. And currently, we faced quite an interesting event. We have a working strategic session, a meeting, and also an event within the frames of International Business Week. And we have many regions which has joined us, and they are active experts of the working group, Smart City. And we also have colleagues from other countries. We have simultaneous interpretation so that everyone could see. And also we do a recording for this event to become as useful as possible for the future. And we also have quite an intensive schedule. The schedule is arranged so that the regional team will speak about the services. And these are the unique things that the territory of Bashkortostan were managed to be established. And also there is an area related to the project Smart City, a key KPI with the standards, with implementation of this project. And it's out of the question that is related to the team of Ministry of Construction. And the main thing is related to your offers to constructive criticism. What can be done better and what expert teams can include for improvement of the processes. And I would like to give a welcome word to Konstantin Mikhailik, Deputy Minister of Construction of the Russian Federation, responsible for our project, Smart City. And quite often when we get together at the working session, we formulate that we are a family of Smart City because we actively cooperate at different meetings and we work non-stop. So I should say that all our projects should be arranged in such a nice team. You have the floor. So now you can see that we also work quite efficiently. Thank you so much, dear friends. Good morning once again. When I was on the other side of the screen, I was thinking that I should come here personally to feel it, to touch what's happening here. And quite often, the expectations are different from reality. But what I saw here personally, it's really impressive. I do recommend that you should come here and see this building, and you see so many people who are charged with inspiration and who have desire to make the world better. It's quite a rare thing. And the orientation as a result, not to the form, but to the content, it's really a rare case. It's a colossal breakthrough. So I would like to briefly, not to take your time, I would like to briefly share my presentation. The second slide, please. Thank you so much. So see, once again about the project itself, the Smart City project. As you know, basically inside the project, we have a number of master lines which are of utmost importance. Number one, in the current configuration of the project, we continue protecting the concept, and I think that it's not by chance that it is done within the frames of International Business Week 2022. City and urban development can be digitalized only via dense cooperation between business community and the state. So on the one hand, we have the key tasks of the project, as it has been mentioned by the previous speaker. It's really a hard work which should be done 24/7. Municipal state management is mostly oriented at social life, and implementation of new products is the task of business. So business should come here, offer solutions, and being officials, we should take most clear and most efficient solution for this to be implemented in life. And mainly this direction is the main for us. We have changed lots of standards in the Smart City. We have changed the operation, and most groups consist of two elements which are of the same importance, business and the state. Business proposes, the state assesses and launches. And with this, even if you have a look at the statistics, the growth of the index with the qualitative factor seems to be quite faster than we could expect, taking into consideration the events in the world and attempt to stop this process with sanctions. I would like to mark that I'm really pleased that this year we saw even a more considerable breakthrough of Ufa. Ufa now has the third and fourth position with Nizhny Novgorod. The difference is like 88 for Nizhny Novgorod and 87 for Bashkortostan. Well, this is the last mile that we're going to cover next year, and then Moscow, St. Petersburg capital, and second capital, and Nizhny Novgorod and Ufa. Well, I think that it is really the result of your work. At the three stores that we saw, this is the result of work of each of the heads of the districts, and the aim is to reach each and every citizen with the digital tool. So I would like to express gratitude to all of you, to the region. Next slide, please. Next slide. We continue our practice next year, the practice for Smart City Forum arrangement. There was support of the initiative of Mr. Fayzulin to have the forum here. And we have really good hopes for these events because every year we more and more fill this event with proper content. And we can see that this year in Murmansk, we have expanded the agenda. We not only discuss the city, but we talk about how to involve young people into this work. This is the analytical charge that you get here, and it is there every day. The youth was really interested in this, and once we ignite them with this idea, we have our permanent partners who are going to bring the ideas into life. And it's a really very important thing. The event itself is oriented to the point that at the same platform, we should bring together business. And we already had representatives of all the executive branches of power in Murmansk, and I believe that will be even more resultive in Ufa. Every year, it's more and more interesting. The tasks by our president cannot be implemented without digit. And we should not move on to the collection of data for dashboards if the digit being faceless and inhuman wins, this will be wrong. That is why we should take all the ideas and put it through us. A digit is only a tool. It's just a way to use it for the benefit of people. That is why for us, so today we are going to launch a procedure of preparation for a summer event, and the half a year, the 6 months that we are going to have, I promise that we'll do everything possible for each and every event at the platform of our forum would be rich in content and would finally reach a specific result. And we have an example of Bashkortostan, which within a short period of time implements all the liabilities it has taken. So the event that is arranged with Belarus, we said that yes, we do it. And I'm firmly convinced that we'll do the same thing with the forum. But dear colleagues, I really would like to hear your discussion, to consider your feedback, to take it for consideration and include it into our work. And I'm firmly convinced that after half a year, when I come back here, the city will be even more beautiful, more interesting, and we will be able within 2 or 3 days to show what we should strive for. Thank you so much. Thank you. And it's very important that Konstantin Alexandrovich is head of our working group, Smart City. And at the end of 2021, there was a new content of the working group. There were committees formed who are head of committee on entrepreneurship. And I remember kind of, of course, 2018, 19, 2020, when Andrei Gennadievich and I at International Urban Forum, we discussed that it's important to synchronize international project and basic projects, and it is repeated, and we see the results of this project. And the work with the help of the committee of a working group, Smart City, really managed to be implemented with the help of great input of Kurbanov Anatoly, who is the deputy head of a working group, who had established the best expert team who control experts, who lead experts, and that is the core which is going to provide managerial pulse and for everybody else to follow. So you have the floor. So we have a leader.
And this is our time, this is our willing. Undoubtedly, we shall contribute if I might have my presentation. We had the instruction of the President of the Russian Federation after the meeting of the State Council on implementation of the project Comfortable Environment. Within the frameworks of the Smart City project, we didn't change the principle of the Smart City. We have been at the center. I will not repeat as karaoke, but in this slide, I would like to emphasize that the key principle of the project is the human-oriented projects. Everything we are doing shall be oriented. Can we go back to the previous slide? Everything we do is for people. I remember when we established the Center of Regional Management, I called my colleagues saying that Bashkortostan is prepared better than everyone else because my colleague worked in the Moscow region, who was one of the heads of the regions. He held not a guided tour, but it took us about 3 or 4 hours. We have visited it and we had lunch, and after that we came back. I said, Yelena, tell us about the results. And she said, no, wait, for us, the important thing is not to report, but to make everything as it should be. And now it's the concept of processing the applications of the residents is the key of our work. And we have learned everything about the standard. There is a wonderful movie, Beware a Car, with the Mironov, who says nobody canceled the money when in 2018 we developed the standard of the smart city. We wanted to have everything new and everything good, but some ideas were not imaginable for us. The active resident is a standard. It would be great that we have the Bradel in the Moscow region, the public control. In some regions, there are some other structures. We never could imagine that in January 2022 we will demonstrate all of that to presidents and we'll have the feedback. And the public services are provided together, and we have a module of citizens' applications, submissions, the module of voting since the 1st of December. I saw on the screen the publics, the state publics. We couldn't imagine that in our most ambitious dreams. We had to meet the standard. There are basic requirements. When we were forming that, we decided that it should correspond to the standards. If your hands should be clean, if you have a very beautiful manicure, it's good. But hands should be clean. The second point is the powers. The project is called Smart City. We realized that people living in other municipalities shall not be left behind. That's why on the 13th of May, the order was signed about the standard, and which that provided for that the Smart City project covers not only pilot regions, but all the municipalities of the level of municipal district, municipal area. By that, we have covered the whole country and closed the issue which was discussed for a long time. Digital region, ICT region. We have Smart City project for that. We realized that we need additional targets. What we are trying to achieve, our colleagues from Rosatom had presented the decree on energy, because we in energy sector have such an opportunity, and we will provide this decree to the government. Verification, because we realize that otherwise we will not have the source of funds. The next point is that we have divided standards and working group. Yulia has mentioned that we have divided all of that into industrial parts which are synchronized with national projects. There are some points which are not part of the national projects, because we realize that We cannot unify everything, and there is a governmental decree. Since the next year we'll have a unified system, which is important. Next slide, please. We, as we have promised, in December it's not possible, but in January we will publish the new requirements to synchronize that with the standard, because there were two realities. So we had one option and another option applied for some calculations, and this is not correct. Despite the fact that UFA demonstrated the growth, which proves that we are moving towards the right direction. What else did we do this year? This year we have created, and I hope that Bashkiria will join this Center of Competences Smart City, created not by business, but by entities. And this is important. We respect business, but at the same time, we remember that Karl Marx, in his wonderful book, The Capital, said that there is no such a crime which cannot give 100% of profits. Center of Competence, a smart city, as a regulator of relations with business, was established by the entities of the Russian Federation. New entities are joining the project to see this basic history and utilization of these banks of solutions. 700 solutions, and it's very difficult to find who added which solution. Assessment, and it's very important because 1 or 2 times a week, a very respectful person comes with a very beautiful presentation with a solution, and which offers that for 150 millions, but cannot answer the question why. That's why we need the metrics, and the history of financing is also very important. Many people say that smart city is a project without financing. This is not true. I worked in the Moscow region. I used digital tool, which is called Excel. In the left column, I had the projects, and in the right column, the state programs with the same names. And the investment amounted almost to 10 billion rubles. And I think that the same happens in Bashkortostan. Institutions of development also have possibilities which can resolve this issue. Of course, it's a scaling issue, because smart city reminds me the beginning of 2010, when we had a crazy zoo. Yesterday we had a meeting on the new apartment store. We, as a government, as a federal project, shall provide all the conditions and the preconditions, and business will resolve everything. And of course, we need to achieve the target solutions. Next slide, please. The question is about finance, and financing of the projects is provided by national projects. 12 national projects provide for the events related to such issue. We have a competition, have a contest, which Konstantin mentioned. We received 10 million votes since the first year, more than 11 million last year. The first contest was without voting. We had applications, checked them, reviewed them, and restarted the contest because heads of municipalities undoubtedly wanted to have amenities only to the square next to the administration building, and residents wanted to have these amenities and improvements for parks. 20 billion. This year is the financing amount of this project. When I visited the forum in Tambov this year with voting, the amount was increased. In 2018, Vladimir Putin supported this concept at the forum. This is a concept related to smart city, and there is a particular indicator on digit and public amenities improvements. It's very important. especially taking into account all those who support this project and me, knowing the colleagues personally, I remember the 5th place was given to the rural village in Chelyabinsk region for their solution of light electricity provision. Imagine the village in Chelyabinsk, the subsidy, the amount provided was more than their budget. And this is something that gives impetus for us. Artyom Sidov, using the grants, we can implement the projects in the region of Belgorod. On the control, I remember back in 1985, when we have the anti-alcohol campaign, the price was decreased, and what our colleagues did led to the decreasing of tariff for individuals. This is a real history of a digit, and this is national priority. This is the Skolkovo, Domerev, which everybody knows in relation to the forecasts. And the next slide, I think, will say thank you for your attention, but no, it's very important point. This is why we are talking about forum. Julia told about that, and Konstantin. We are trying to make smart city a family where if a person is not committed, we say that Mr. Khabirov every Monday has meetings on the center of management data. Without that, no project can succeed. That is why we invest in formation of this history. I know that I'm out of time. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have meetings not only about the management center, but the whole republic. Thank you very much, Anatoly. And in 2 minutes, I would ask to show my presentation. I will show how the work was organized in the Committee for Entrepreneurship, and this is the format which provides for information on how the experts work with indicators. Next slide, please, of my presentation. As I said, in 2018, we first started Connect Business and the urban environment. In next year, we started the first laboratory with the participants of regions and business, where to find financing and how to synchronize that. In 2020, at the forum in Ufa, we have discussed that it would be correct to start from the initiative of the region. In 2021, the Expert Project Laboratory became the platform for work on standards and on the committee. And the next slide, it's very important to understand why Ufa. We have the core of experts with whom we work on documents, not strategic sessions, such not declaration, but we work with documents, with indicators, we exchange the normative regulatory acts, the best practices. And as you have noted, the participants of this working group are representatives of Bashkortostan, and even more experts joined the working group. And when we started analyzing it, we realized that it's another advantage of Bashkiria. Digital maturity from the point of view of digital team is achieved.
So the way we worked within the last year, the previous year, that was the work with the synchronization of work, integration of partners who implement digital solutions in cooperation with the region. They're working at forums, development of documents. We visited the Center of Management of Moscow region. We have visited the Center of Management of Bashkortostan, and we shared with the colleagues. We specifically invited them to this meeting for that to become an example. Quite often when we start discussing, we say that we should borrow the ideas from somebody who already implemented this. So within the sphere of this complex, we create such a successful work. Next slide, please. It's important how the methodology is formulated. and it has been mentioned, or please take a comment how these indicators were calculated. It's not for the Ministry of Construction to start checking regions with these figures, but we see the responsible performers who say, okay, you have written this to us, and we will explain why it was done to develop the digital maturity, so to speak. And when regions ask how we should do it, we have never done it before. This is a pulse to start calculating what hasn't been calculated before. Well, actually, I would like to mention two important things. Number one is related to standard. Within the frames of standards, to figures and the investment cards. We have done it for one thing. Many people say, well, there are services for all the citizens, but the more we structure it inside the system, the more we see specialists at the places which work with specific target group. That was our main task. Next slide, please. Here we suggest the indices into the unit of economical and investment. I would like to specify about three main principles we used for collecting this information. Number one, within the frames of sub-index, the main principle is that we arrange the rating not of administration of cities, but the rating of cities itself. It's not only because the city is not administration and mayor, but it's a team of all the subjects, including entrepreneurs working here. Number three, we try with the sub-index to motivate and develop new formats of economy, which is called sharing and economy. And this is maximum smart analytics for entrepreneurs, for business, to arrange it based on analytics, to arrange best input into the economy of city. And with these examples, we wanted to show, and we systematize it, and we clear it because there are quite a lot of them. And it will make it possible for us to calculate what is there in the region. And when we get back to the experience of Bashkiria, the indicators, the indices are not there, but we can get the sub-index. And when many regions say that you have again written a new thing, we can say that we come with a digital solution, with the digital solutions, and we see experience and of Bashkortostan and a number of other regions who would like to be trained with this experience. And before, people went to Moscow region to see it, and now I understand that other regions would like to come to us and go around and see what we have done. And so economical part that is strong in Bashkiria has become a connection link which drives the story with digitalization of the urban management and also improvement of the city management. And next slide, please. The most important principles we have arrived at, and we have already discussed it at the forum in October, Digital Forum Smart City, that we move on from the concept of smart city to a digital region concept. And we understand that as soon as authorities at the level of the subject develop with the digital solutions, it's a great support to any city. And the key moment is that we can see a trend, and in one city, it can be a kind of indicators, presence of project offices or centers of competences in digital region, and somebody should unite. And we see that the strategic session, and we have quite clear understanding that we have quite different directions, but the format is stable, and the team should receive kind of pulse. So we add such an idea, maybe similar to mirror the center of the competence operation at the level of federation. We can form a new concept of digital region. Thank you so much. So with this presentation, that's all I had to tell you. And now the most important thing, the experience of Bashkiria. We'll start with the experience of Ufa. I give the floor to Ratmir Mavliyev, who is member of a working group, Smart City. And he was one of the first to be invited here, because he has unique experience and also implementation progress and personal involvement that you have from the head of the republic and mayor and team involved in the process. So now he's working in UFA. It's a long time. Well, I'm very happy to welcome all of you here in UFA. For us, it's a great honor to take this fourth position. We try to reach the first three, and we hope to cope with this task. It's teamwork, and we would like to express gratitude to the ministry for this kind of support. Next slide, please. So briefly about UFA. UFA is beautiful and big. We have started implementing a roadmap with the most important things: services of cooperation with citizens, smart traffic lights, and intellectual video cameras. And we use the well-developed information system, which is the first step for the establishment of digital twin of the city. And we have huge amount of data from city construction systems. The institutional system, navigation, information systems, and others. From 2020, we have developed and brought into operation information system, which sees the cooperation of administration of cities and resource organizations, which provides permission documents for construction of objects, and it helps to reduce the reconciliation period up to 9 times, and we had to spend up to several months for that before. Of course, the cleanness of the city is a resonance team. The control of cleaning machines is a task we have performed. We have implemented the special system to control all the machines for cleaning, and we started controlling the amounts of work on snow cleaning, not only at red lines, but also inside the yards and side streets. In the future, every person will get the specific task for cleaning the territory. The people who are involved in cleaning process. We increased the number of cameras by 2,400 cameras, and we have identified a lot of administrative violations. Also, smart city development saw the implementation of automatized system of lights, which ranges and helps to make the lighting of the city easily manageable, and also helps to save. The large-scale project of modernization of electrical system of UFA with smart technologies implementation. It's feasible because it helps to reduce the losses of energy in the city twice. Also, reduce the breaks in emergency cases from several hours to several minutes. Unified information system for heating control has more than several thousand hubs in accommodation and block of flats. The heating season in the house is made 9%, which is more than 200 million rubles. We pay a lot of attention to modern electronic forms of cooperation. This is the project UFA Interactive, which helps the citizens with any digital device to address to our city. And here we see the project that people use every day, UFA Clean, UFA Snowy. They inform about a homeless dog or something. So we try to implement all the solutions related to people. So slide number 13. Here is one of my favorite resources. We actively deal with the changes of the city, and we have a map when every person can produce a proposal on planting a tree, and this tree will be indicated. We have this program being operated daily, and we are going to plant like 10 or 15 LAs every year. We invite you to find. Next year, we will be happy to contribute to your coming. Thank you so much. This was an example of the development of services, of systematic conception, and the formed ecosystem of the service. So we are ready to provide it as an indicator of digital maturity. And I would like to give the floor and move on through main services of the Republic, as there are lots of regions watching this and taking it into consideration, and then there will be response of the experts about what we could add to this. So please start. So, dear colleagues, I will try to be as quick as possible because I understand that we are not fitting the time. It was mentioned by the president at the conference on artificial intelligence. According to international experts, Russia is one of the global leaders in digitalization, and Bashkortostan understands these trends, supporting and developing this. It was admitted the best at international contest of IT projects in 2021, and within 1 year we managed to do a lot, and we continue moving forward. As it has been mentioned by Andrei Gennadievich, it is famous for information unit, and of course, the decision-making process should be based on information. We have analytical unit here in the center of management of the Republic. And currently, there are more than 20 information systems integrated into the center of management information, from which we have export of 74 analytical panels on 17 different areas: economy, social support, security, agriculture, ecology, education. All these units are integrated into the center of management of Republic. From March of the previous year, we have implemented the principles of network planning, and from next year, we want to move the system of management, the system of work of the government, to this tool. Currently, we have more than 157 projects. You can see this at the screen. All the projects are digitalized. And of course, if we move on and if we do not stop at characteristics of each and every project, everything is monitored in the regime of real-time establishment of thematic chats, IP telephony, and other capabilities of CRM system. And that is confirmed with which of the elements. And I report to Andrei Gennadievich, to the administration on Mondays about all the red zones that we have in the government. We take principal decision, and if required, we encourage people or punish people for those who became the causes of the red zones. We pay a lot of attention to working with investors, and we provide examples. This is actually operation of the harvesting and implementation of the projects. Everything is digitalized, and we can, in real-time mode, observe how it is being constructed. All these dashboards are given to investor. Belarus Shakutin, head of the company, in real-time mode, considers all the red zones and implementation of these projects. Of course, such projects as standard activity of local areas and development of entrepreneurship are also specified in the Center of Management of the Republic with CRM systems. And we can say that another direction of digitalization is arrangement of control of social sphere object construction. This is a Republic investment project. Its implementation is also within the rating of investment activity of municipalities. And now we monitor the implementation of Republic investment program. Any objects, construction, and financial management is here. You can see green zones and red zones and see the implementation of this or that project here. And of course, dear colleagues, I will speak faster, show the road service. For instance, a program that we are actively dealing with, digitalized 500 parts in Bashkortostan. We suggest that investors use it for implementation of a comfortable and tourist leisure. As to the agricultural bank, I have already mentioned, and of course today around 100 parts for investors. Somebody already started construction and all the measures of state support, including the implementation.
Every roadmap has its own points. For example, this one includes more than 1,000 sub-blocks. And undoubtedly, speaking about the further plans in the sphere of housing and utilities, we will invent the indicators of improvement analytics on the basis of the Federal Tax Service of Russia, export and import orientation. All these targets are set, and we have a big competition, and digitalization is very important tool of our strategic ambitious tasks set by the head of the Republic and the Prime Minister. That would be it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And Bashkiria team has 3 minutes, and we will proceed with the left part. Whom you will give the floor? Елена? Okay. I will continue. We have 2 or 3 minutes for you, and we will proceed with the next. Good afternoon, distinguished participants. I'm head of the project of the center. Why I'm speaking that I'm project manager, I'm not manager of all this wonderful building. We have a number of areas of structures, but the feedback block is a project office, so where we have the employees of the ministries which work there, which work with the head on social communication, and the federal employees are also working there. Next slide. In all the constituent entities of the Russian Federation, there are center on the basis of the instruction of the President of the Russian Federation. Radi Khabirov, head of Bashkortostan, started it earlier, signed an agreement on the establishment of the center. We did not move here before we finalized the construction. It coincided that we started construction and the instruction of the President. The specific feature of our center is the 3 parts of our areas, what makes us different from other centers: social communication and feedback block with something that all the centers have. We are not the mass media, we're not the information agency. We speak about solution of problems, about the tools, about the positions of authorities, etc. On the next slide, you will see the block of our feedback in details, which includes the 2 federal structure, feedback platform, incident management, blue and green in all the entities. We also have the application in written in accordance with the federal law number 50, and we have the situation center, 112 phone number in our Republic Center, so every resident could call us. Not everybody writes in social media or on the website. Here you can see the map of distribution of our curators. Each of them has its own functions and the division on subjects. This is the slide. If to go deeper into detail, on the left you can see such windows where the construction area, and each icon means a great job of my colleagues. Deputy Minister of Construction is next to me, and the profile ministries. I believe that we will demonstrate one of the dashboards. It's related to the waste reform. All the entities are involved in this reform implementation. We used the experience of the Moscow region. We digitalized all the platforms, all the sites which are located in the territory of the Republic of Bashkortostan. Now you can see such stripes. We have 4 operators. We are out of time. We shall demonstrate any platform. We give the floor to Alan because I have the same subject. We want to show that it's impossible to stop. Allow me to finalize. I will not go deep. I will just show the possibility of pictures before and after these green and blue red areas. You can see all the details. If we return back to the main slide, what does it give us? The work in this system and federal system of dashboards and feedback, we have energy of a problem, good or bad. Finalize, please. To finalize, I say that we have a focus group. We participate in the meetings of the Prime Minister. It doesn't make any sense if I don't show. We told all of that during breakfast in details. I want to say that we work till the end, starting from the problem till implementation of the solution, search for the solution. Please, Alan, your comment. I promised Konstantin we would demonstrate what we have done. Good afternoon, distinguished Andrei. Konstantin, I will quickly tell us about the Yurta. Today we implement the information system of housing and utilities. The system provides integration of facilities in the sphere of housing and utilities, regional, federal information systems, and systems of companies providing services in this sphere. The system also provides a receiving of information in real time and forms the real analytics for making managerial solutions. On the basis of this system, we have a multifunctional personal account of the residents, which has a very good interface with a big number of services, online voting, informing of population, etc. It's communication between the consumers and providers of services. All the issues related to housing and utilities interactive map on current situation, metrics from the tools and housing services, Internet of Things, cameras, information on the consumption of resources. It's a powerful driver for smart house, smart city development because the citizens are involved in this process. Currently, more than 300,000 users are registered in the personal account of Yurta, and this system is one of the tools of intellectual management, cities and regions. Thank you very much, colleagues, and 2 minutes for colleagues who came from Moscow to tell about solutions which can be useful for Bashkiria. Vladimir Markin, you have 2 minutes. Artem Sidov, as an expert of the working group Smart City, you have 2 minutes. Thank you very much. Andrei, Konstantin, we believe that Bashkiria is the leader and demonstrating the presentation which we have prepared for today. We need not 2 minutes, not 3 minutes. We didn't expect that we will show the whole presentation. We had a proposal with Rustam that we have a very interesting proposal where which we could report of the unmanned flying vehicles and forming the roadmaps which can be filled with the new content. And this is the machine, 50 kilograms, which is assembled in Kamirtau. It's not only a machine, but it's a very good tool for monitoring. When we were at a visit, we need to understand the digits. Digits is the collection of information. Collection of information is not the most critical point. We have discussed that in Moscow at Urban Forum. If we speak about Bashkortostan, it's a success. Radi Khabirov was at the stand at the gas forum. He was walking by the bus 200, and he said that we need this system. Respect to the team. You invented that, you introduced that faster than everybody else. But it's the success of yesterday. To do this success again, to perform it again, we need to make it commercial. It's strategic development. Nobody achieved the same result in Russia, and today we have the understanding, and we had a great panel on the first day of the forum where we get everybody interested in the development. From the colleagues from Agricultural University pilots said that we are involved, that's interested, and we have the proposal which we are willing to develop. We have all the chances to make its event not the one-day event, but the economically efficient event. If we speak about the monitoring, it shall be multifunctional loads, which allow not only to provide visualization, but also all the necessary characteristic parameters which we have tested. This is something that now hasn't been applied anywhere. And I'm grateful to the team of my city that we were supported. In Murmansk, in Saratov, we had a separate panel discussions on the involvement of the unmanned aviation and the load. It requires additional discussion. Let us proceed with the proposal. We have the start of this project, and Rostech is our curator. We involved Rostech, and they say, colleagues, tell us where to go, and we are ready to invest the resource of Rostech. That's why, if we discuss that at the event which will take place in summer, we need to dwell on monitoring and receiving of information which will provide us with the full image of the city. I would like to add, we implement the first concession of the Russian Federation. 3 municipalities, Gyalskan, Ufa, has covered all the municipalities, revealing all the violations on the land plots. All the violations will be digitalized before the new year. That is why we need a format not of 2 minutes to go deeper into the detail during the working group meeting. And as a result, we will present it at the forum and scale it to other regions. Thank you very much, Vladimir. Artyom, and final 2 minutes are yours. And we remember everything that what was at the end. Good afternoon. I will not show my presentation because I have only 2 minutes. Speaking about digit in general, the solid communal waste is the topic where we work. Digitalization, as Anatoly said, from the point of view of saving, currently over 2 years, the economic savings is about 25 billion rubles. Only in Stavropol region, we decreased the number of waste removing machines 2 times, Nizhny Novgorod region 2 times, and in Moscow region by 13% of transportation costs. In Moscow, the amount is 36 billion. 60% is transportation, and 13% decrease is about 4 billion rubles. This is the saving. And I have a proposal to the Republic. From the 1st of January, we will launch the new approach in the work of waste management, all types of waste, and industrial waste, construction waste. Thanks for Konstantin for his support. In 2021, we reported that to the President of the Russian Federation, and we are expecting that now the amendments to the Federal Law number 89 will be approved, and the model of work which we offer is as follows. We provide the Republic with the software as a concession free of charge, under conditions that we can base the commercial services on business. We are ready to demonstrate it. It's related to all the waste, medical waste, and we have started the medical waste digitalization, collection of data from all the entities of data, all types of waste except for the solid communal waste. We are willing to provide this solution as a concession without any payments from the budget. Artyom, thank you very much. Konstantin, not now. Konstantin, Andrei, we were doing our best.
We tried, and actually it proves that we should continue our work on daily basis with some project offices or competence centers with the digital region of Digital Republic. Andrei Gennadievich, you have a word to conclude, and before we move on to the key platforms. So thank you. Number 1. What is the specific feature of an experienced moderator is competences and strict control of the schedule. If something does not fit, then moderator is not good, but Yulia Sergeyevna is a very good moderator. So thank you so much. Actually, you have great experience. It's great that you have come here and you moderate this direction. I absolutely agree that if we had 1 more hour, it wouldn't be sufficient. Everyone has own suggestions and proposals. So the main thing is to create comfortable region for living. For Bashkortostan, for the managerial team of Bashkortostan, we have a quite considerable achievement plan. And we plan to create the best region for life in Russia. We have the reform of waste control and overall the reforms of economy. We have to work a lot. Every part is important for us. So thank you for discussing the most important thing. Without household utilities, it's not possible to arrange this for people to feel comfortable and choose Bashkortostan for life, to stay here, to give birth to children, get back from other cities after university, even though we have really good conditions for education, maybe the best conditions in the world. And we have all the aspects, roads, security. Thank you. Thank you, Konstantin Alexandrovich, for being with us, not for the first time. And now you can definitely confirm that we are not idle here, but we have such some areas for development. We'll continue with this. Thank you. So before the new year, we would like to show new Bashkiria, and now this should be scaled. This is an exclusive comment to you. So what do you think about what you see and which you have tried to feed? I think I feel easier, much more easier than others. And I do not have even to add something. I'm so much impressed. Thank you so much, dear colleagues. Number one, I'm grateful to the host who invited us here and who shows us how we can become better. Experts and members of the smart city who came here and present at a video conference. We have like 3 more weeks of working. This year we will reach our task, and I want 2023 to become a breakthrough year, and we have a platform for this. And in June, it was proposed to show the specific result, which will become useful and important. And the only thing we need within these 6 months to work hard, we do it well. Let's do what we do. Thank you, and we'll meet at the forum in 2023, in summer 2023. Thank you.